This is Tainan Dalpra, 62 straight wins at black belt, a streak no one in modern Gi Jiu Jitsu has touched. And it wasn't just spamming one move, it was sweeps, submissions, passing, breaking people, and back takes that felt inevitable. Today we're breaking down exactly what makes Tainan the king of Gi Jiu Jitsu. Tainan didn't become the king overnight. He's not just a prodigy, he's a force. A force that was built over years of training, competing, and evolving. 62 times in a row, he stepped on the mat against elite black belts. Every single time, he left with his hand raised. But to understand how he became this dominant, we have to go back to when he was just a blue belt, already feared, already different. Today we'll break down the techniques that built Tainan's streak, the sweeps, the passes, the back takes, and how his game has grown from his early days to now. Even as a teenager, Tainan was already mastering jiu-jitsu. There's a flow to his fights as he comes up through the ranks. Pull guard, attack with sweeps and submissions, get on top, pass the guard, finish the fight. And the moves he leaned on early, they shaped the black belt monster he'd become. Just like a great boxer perfects the fundamentals, in jiu-jitsu, it's the same thing. Tainan's submission attacks were omoplatas, arm bars, and triangles. He'd use off balances from guard to set them up, or take the sweep and get on top. Then he'd go to work with leg drags and other fundamental passes. And often his opponents would invert, stacking themselves. That's what created the back exposure, the same back takes Tainan is famous for today. Tainan doesn't just use leg drags. He has a special passing movement known as the leg trap. You can think of it like the move right before the leg drag, a precursor that sets it all up. To the untrained eye, it just looks like side-to-side passing. But what Tainan is really doing is placing his opponent's shin right around his neck and shoulder, locking it in with his traps. From there, he hips back and moves to the other side, keeping the leg trapped. Sometimes the leg ends up around the hip, or in Tainan's case, right in the gi. This leg trap, that's what opens the door for his signature passes. Tainan performs 2 almost leg traps in this clip, and you see his opponent always has to react to it, eventually overreacting, which gives Tainan chest-to-chest half guard. You'll see Tainan constantly perform this movement through black belt, so keep your eyes peeled. Now, let's talk about another one of Tainan's signature moves, the long step pass. The long step is all about radically changing angles. Tainan flings his upper body to the side, looking to free his trapped leg, and then flows with opponent's reaction. Here's the key. This move works best when you chain it with other passes, and that's exactly what Tainan does. Watch how he flows long step, reaction, straight into a leg drag, and from there, right into a back attack. It's not just one pass, it's a sequence, and that makes it unstoppable. Tainan's mastery of the leg drag fits perfectly into his game. It gives him an advantageous passing angle, setting up clean side control or forcing his opponent to expose their back. But what's really impressive is Tainan's awareness and maturity. He knows when to back off, cut a new angle, and go around the guard, not just try to smash through it. Most people hit the leg drag as their first move, and that's why it fails. But with Tainan, the leg drag comes at the perfect moment, flowing naturally from his chain passing. At brown belt, you start to see the Tainan we know today. His leg trap and leg drag combo gets even sharper. And watch closely. He starts grabbing the belt to lock the hip in place as he hips back and moves around the legs. Leg trap to leg drag. And it's not just from passing. Tainan also uses the belt grip from sit-up guard or with a lapel, setting up single leg sweeps or entering into X guard. X guard becomes his signature weapon around this time. He refines it into his main method of off-balancing and finishing sweeps, a system that would carry him all the way to black belt gold. Notice how he controls both pant legs in this sweep. We all know that 90% of the resistance comes from the secondary leg. When you hold both pant grips, it's basically a guarantee your partner is going to go on their ass. Even though Tainan has a higher pant grip like around the knee, it's still quite effective. If you get near the ankle, it's over. There's no way to survive. His defense is insane. If you want to go on a 62 match win streak, you have to be almost impossible to score on. Look at this deep stack pass attempt. Most people would get folded here and at least give the back or a pass. But Tainan shoulder walks out of it, refusing to give up even an advantage. Throughout his career, scoring more than 2 points on Tainan, nearly impossible. He's one of the best in the world at 50-50. Most people use 50-50 to stall or squeeze out a win. But Tainan, he's aggressive and dynamic from here. Mateus Luna has Tainan deep in a 50-50 ankle lock scenario. The regular method of breaking it isn't working. Tainan's a black belt now, so leg locks are on. He rips a toe hold Nicky Rod vs. Gordon Ryan style, freeing himself. Talk about defense. Even when 50-50 goes wrong, Tainan refuses to accept defeat. His opponent comes up in the final seconds. When Tainan's back is exposed, he 4 points and gives up nothing. Whatever it takes to win. Just like the no-gi king, Gordon Ryan, Tainan Dalpra has a masterful X-guard game with a slightly different twist. Where Gordon is a skilled leg locker, Tainan prefers chokes and arm bars. So his X-guard game is all about sweeping his opponent or getting to the back. In the black belt, he usually prefers to sweep his opponent, explosively stand up, and move right into his chain passing. Another crucial part of Tainan's game is his mastery of pins, especially side control and mount, positions where he completely shuts his opponents down. Watch how he controls side control. After passing, he doesn't just settle. He often shifts back into a kind of leg drag variation. It blocks the hips, making it nearly impossible for his opponent to even start escaping. From here, Tainan has options. He can float into mount, or if they catch him in quarter guard, he uses that to crush them even more. And once he locks in a solid pin, he's dead set on finishing. either submitting you or taking your back. This becomes even more important as he transitions to Nogi, where side control is harder to hold. But Tainan's pin maintenance and his ability to flow from one control to the next, it's next level. Now it's time to talk about some of Tainan's biggest matches at Black Belt. The highs and the lows. Up until now, you've seen Tainan steamroll opponents, but every so often he faces real adversity on the tatami. Like in one of his World Championship runs, he runs into Langaker. Langaker actually creates back exposure on Tainan, but rushes the choke, and that's the mistake. Because when you win 62 matches in a row, you develop an ego, a bit of an edge. It's natural. Just like when Michael Jordan got sick and still had to drop 40, Tainan taps into that dark side. He hits a cold-blooded pass, takes the back, and chokes out Langaker. Nothing was stopping him from winning that world title that day. World Championship Finals, Tainan Dalpra versus Murasaki. The king of the gi looks to pull guard, but Murasaki times it perfectly with a judo takedown. 2 points, straight into Tainan's closed guard. Tainan, completely unbothered. From closed guard he goes to work, entering X guard. And when Tainan secures that secondary pant grip, we all know what that means. Murasaki's going down. And if it's a world championship match and Tainan Dalpra is on top of you, that is a terrifying place to be. You've got a Brazilian samurai in front of you, and he will do anything to take your head off. Just look at him, biting down on his own lapel. It's not desperation, it's hunger. Insatiable. Like a controlled but wild dog, locked in to kill. A samurai is a total human being, whereas a man who is completely absorbed in his technical skill has degenerated into a function, one cog in a machine. When a captive lion steps out of his cage, he comes into a wider world than the lion who has known only the wilds. While he was in captivity, there were only 2 worlds for him, the world of the cage and the world outside the cage. Now he is free. He roars. He attacks people. He eats them. Yet he is not satisfied, for there is no third world that is neither the world of the cage nor the world outside the cage. Yukio Mishima. The 63rd match. All good things must come to an end. There is a reason the greatest fighters retire early. If they don't, the blemishes start to appear. Only John Jones and Khabib found a way to escape that fate. In combat, when things go wrong, you can only pull the ace from your sleeve so many times. Tainan fought valiantly to sweep Jansen, but Jansen's base proved too much. A new world champion was crowned. Jiu Jitsu teaches humility, and nothing humbles you more than dedicating your life to something and falling short of your dream. But to be stoic in defeat, that's honorable. Tainan is one of the best to ever do it, and he's still evolving. Even when you are the greatest, the work is never over. Tainan is a warrior, and his win streak stands as one of the most impressive in gi jiu-jitsu history. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, leave a comment, and hit subscribe. I put a lot of time and energy into these breakdowns, and I'm truly grateful for everyone here supporting the channel. Let me know in the comments who you want me to cover next. I'm always learning and planning the next deep dive. More breakdowns coming soon. This is Flow and Fight. Peace out.